kill it.
You could kill it on the skillet.
All right, let's do, dude. Play it so Paul can kill it, dude.
Well, let me see if I can find a karaoke version. I
Sure,
guess
they have it.
Oh, dude, they've got to have that.
Yeah, let's see. YouTube.com. Teenage dirtbag.
Are we doing the pre-post show now?
We're doing it right now. It's already started.
All right, good to know.
This is a karaoke version.
Oh shit!
Can you put it up on the screen so I can read the lyrics?
Bitch.
Oh, I didn't know you needed that.
Well, I don't. I might need it for some of the lyrics, but I don't need. I guess if you don't want me to do it sans lyrics, I can do it.
No, that's cool. Go ahead.
All right. Let's see how I can do. Okay, I'm in the groove now. Can feel it.
Right.
Her name is Noelle. I have a dream about her. She rings my bell. Got gym class in half an hour. Oh, how she rocks in kids and tube socks. She doesn't know who I am, and she doesn't give a damn about me. 'Cause I'm just a teenage.
I can't do that. I can't go high enough for the chorus.
You gotta do it higher.
I'm just a teenage dirtbag.
Thank you.
Listen to Iron Maiden, baby, with me. Ooh.
Got one more verse, I think. Yeah. See, this is the one I don't remember very well. Okay, I do remember it now.
And her boyfriend's a dick. And he brings a gun to school and he'd simply kick my ass if he knew the truth. He lives on my block and he drives an IROC, but he doesn't know who I am, and he doesn't give a damn about me. 'Cause I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. Listen to Iron Maiden, baby, with me. Ooh.
Oh, the breakdown is good on this song too.
Oh yeah, dirtbag. No, she doesn't know what she's missing. Oh yeah, dirtbag. No, she doesn't know what she's missing. Man, I feel like mold. It's prom night and I am lonely, lo and behold. She's walking over to me, this must be fake. My lip starts to shake. How does she know who I am? Why does she give a damn about me?
Who wants to take the chick part?
Iron Maiden, baby.
Come with me
Friday, don't say maybe. I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby, like you. Ooh.
I don't know about killing this ball.
We didn't have a chick.
That's right. I forgot there was a chick part.
Oh yeah, dirtbag. Oh, she doesn't know what she's missing. Oh yeah, dirtbag. No, she doesn't know what she's missing.
All right, that's pretty decent. Not bad.
Yeah. I mean, it goes on and on.
Who
But,
cares?
If we do it, dude,
We nailed it.
We nailed it. We knocked it out of the
If we ever
fucking
do
park,
like a-
guys. If we had a chick in here, it would have been perfect.
Yeah, that's
I
what we
forgot
went.
there was a chick part until
Well,
it happened,
I mean,
and it was like, oh
they
shit.
do a weird vocal thing. And
Yeah,
we do-
he just like kind of
yeah,
like
he pitch shifts up.
like he goes like, you know,
It's like, but he's not having to do that work though, because they just did it in the studio.
I think that guy could actually make his voice go really high because surprise, surprise, he wasn't a super masculine
Yeah,
dude.
I just can't. I wish I could stay in the same key for the chorus for that one.
Right.
I just can't. I have to drop it down.
Yeah, you got.
Paul's like, unfortunately, I'm just
I have
far
to drop
too
it down an
manly.
octave for the court.
Yeah, I'm just too manly.
My
you know,
balls
I
are
mean,
too
you know,
big.
I
They
mean,
put too
just-
much testosterone in my
it's
in
just
my
so
voice.
hard.
You know?
Yeah, you know.
Oh my god, dude! I want a
Yeah.
pair of nuts like that.
Too hard being Paul, you know. Manly.
No one knows what it's like
Eating raw meat,
to
you
be
know.
Paul's ego.
I like doing karaoke.
Hunting
though.
in the woods.
I think
Spirit.
karaoke is fun.
Hey, you guys want to look at a weird chart I found?
Okay, yeah.
It's not really weird, I guess. It's just
Why is
kind
it
of,
weird?
it's enlightening, I guess.
Enlightening.
Yeah, this is interesting stuff. So this is causes of death in the U.S., what Americans die from, what they search on Google, and what the media reports on. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we got actual causes of death.
so what
then we
people
got
actually died
Google
from.
searches. Then we have media coverage.
All right. So
okay.
Right.
actual causes
So
of
yeah,
death.
actual cause of death:
Heart
30% heart disease.
All right.
30% cancer.
All right.
About 8% road incidents. Around 7% lower respiratory disease. 5% Alzheimer's. 5% stroke. 4% diabetes. 3% drug overdose. 3% kidney disease. About 2.5% pneumonia and influenza. Suicides 1.8. And down here where it's barely even readable.
Yeah, I can actually. I can read it.
Homicide and terrorism.
No. That's actually Bukakis.
Oh, Bukakis. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I thought it said homicide and terrorism.
I mean, no.
At
You might think it says that.
statistically insignificant rates.
Yeah.
I think homicide says 0.
So what Americans should be afraid of
So, yes,
is
this
heart
is what-
disease and cancer.
So this is what actually is killing people.
Right.
Okay. So the next is Google searches. Heart disease 2%.
Surprising. So
Tiny
few people
little
yeah.
bunch of people even care about heart disease.
No one even
though-
gives a
Cancer.
shit. Even though it's killing 30% of
It's
the
just
people.
about a coin
Well,
flip. they're gonna
cancer.
die
It
from
seems like
Cancer, though,
that's,
people
that's
are-
pretty legit amount of
People are
interest.
legit scared of
Yeah.
In fact, they're more scared of cancer than
Well, it's
cancer is
slower.
actually represented.
Right.
So cancer 37%. Road incidents
About the
10%.
same.
Lower respiratory disease 2%. Alzheimer's disease 3%. Strokes 6.5.
I mean, really, what's
cetera, et
overrepresented
cetera.
here is suicide, homicide, and terrorism.
Right, because those are the ones that are super overrepresented, and heart disease is, of course, super underrepresented.
Now, media coverage. So this is the New York
But when you look at
Times.
the New York Times, it's kind of obvious. It's kind of clear why.
Terrorism.
Because terrorism dominates their coverage.
Homicide.
Terrorism, homicide, and suicide. Most of the chart.
If it bleeds, it leads.
Right.
Cancer, 13.5% or 12.
Heart disease.
They don't write any incident.
Heart disease, the biggest killer stalking the people of this country, 2.1%.
2.5.
Well,
yeah.
you know.
And then the Guardian, it's basically the same. I mean, like if you look at the Guardian and the New York Times, it's basically the same.
They're a mirror, basically.
The only thing is that the New York Times likes terrorism a little better, and the Guardian likes suicide a little better.
Well, yeah, maybe a little cultural difference there.
Yeah, that's about all.
We
you
love
can
our
say.
terrorism here in America. You know, maybe just a skosh more than they do over
So wait,
in Great Britain.
so if you go back to the first chart here, TJ, what is
Yeah.
terrorism?
I
Dex?
can't even read it. It's like literally, it's a sliver at the bottom. I think it's. It says 0.
Less than 0.5.
It says 0.01%.
Oh, 0.01. I thought it was
So less
wow.
than a tenth of a percent, a tenth of a tenth, a hundredth of
So
a
we're
percent.
covering. and
wait.
So major news publications in the UK and the US are
Yeah.
spending. If they're talking about causes of death,
That's actually a less
35
than symbol before it, so that's less than a tenth of.
yeah. So 35%.
Yeah, it's.
Wow.
I mean, this has been a problem for a long time.
How
though.
distorted reality is, though. I mean, like this is why people don't trust the fucking media. Look at the distortion from the actual reality of how people are dying.
Dude, you know who got me woke to this?
who's that?
It's 3 a.m. The milkman is delivering his milk.
Oh,
And Bowling for Columbine.
yeah, Gilmore,
when
huh?
he did that
Because
big
there was
section
there was a big segment
about how
yeah.
like violence is overrepresented in the media and how certainly he went and walked around Compton in the movie to make a point.
right.
Because a lot of even I believed for a while.
If you go
there.
into Compton, you dead.
Yeah,
You might
go-
as well just fucking buy your. You might as well just go pay your funeral director now because you're dead.
Go buy a body bag. You're fucked.
Take out a life insurance policy so at least
And
your
he's just
family
chilling
has
down there,
something.
and there's nice little houses and stuff. It's just like the media has a way of twisting reality into a much more violent, hateful place than it really is. I mean, if you look at the actual causes of death,
Yeah, and then they act blameless when it's like, oh, why is there all this Islamophobia and stuff? Why is there this? Why is there that? It's like maybe it's you.
right?
And then but Trump's the bad guy when he says that the media is fake. You know, I mean, he's still a piece of shit, but that's not the reason why.
Yeah, he's still a lying demagogue, but looky here, media. It's almost like you're distorting reality.
Yeah. See, this is the reason why I don't think an independent media works. I think there needs to be like an independent arm of the government that is the media.
The state-run media.
Not state-run necessarily, but a branch of the state with, equal representation as one of the other branches, the media branch.
I think we can accommodate you, Paul.
Oh, that sounds like a good idea.
That sounds wonderful. Wonderful.
I'm just saying, like, what other... Yes. Is this Russian?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Dude, I guarantee we're about to get fucking flagged for this, dude.
No, this is communist music. They don't have copyright
Yeah,
laws.
that's
They actually
Communism.
Yeah, they do it over here.
When you did one of your Kovar videos, you used like this fucking, and they fucking get a copyright strike.
Those cocksuckers.
Well, not a
Fucking
strike,
Russians.
but they.
No, I'm just asking. Okay, so let's say that that's a bad idea. It's a terrible idea to have a state arm of the media. What is the answer to this? If you're privately run independent media, quote unquote.
All right, here's some royalty-free Soviet music.
All right.
Oh, good. All right.
So if your privately run, independently owned media is misrepresenting reality to this extent, which it looks like it is, what's the answer? Other than to enforce some fucking law on them, thus involving the government, right?
Right. I don't know.
What's the answer?
I mean, I've heard Kyle Kalinske actually break this down before, how corporate media is way more biased than state-run medias tend to be.
Yeah.
Because you'd think that the state-run media would be totally in the pocket of the government, but usually they're actually more critical of the government.
I think things like PBS,
Because,
the BBC, things that are publicly funded.
I think
probably a good answer to that.
An independent media being codified in the Bill of Rights, I think would be a good thing. You know what I mean? Further than it already is, of course, with the.
You could just do guidelines, I
amendments.
guess. You could just say, like, hey,
Right.
your coverage has to accurately represent reality. You can't make it seem
I
like
just think
homicide is rampant when it's not.
I just think removing them from the corrupting influence of advertising, because the reason why
right,
this
if the
is,
government just funded the media.
Right. It bleeds, it leads, because people are glued to the TV when they're reading about mass homicides or a terrorist act.
Because there was a time when the news departments used to lose money.
Right.
And it was run as, well, it's like, well, it's for the public good that we run the news.
Right.
It wasn't about, like, oh, well, we need to make sure that,
It has to be profitable.
now that it has to turn a profit, so they want to have the most viewership possible, which means they have to lead with the most salacious shit possible.
We live in the fucking age of clickbait. I mean, you have to do it because that's what gets eyeballs. That's what gets the average person to say, oh, I'm going to read this story, I'm going to watch this video, or whatever it is. And not to mention the there's actually a video, I don't know if you guys have seen it. Some dude analyzed like the top 40,000 videos of like different like news channels and things that were trending, and found that the traditional media threshold for a lot of fans was almost nothing, and for actual big name YouTubers was like millions and millions of views. So
Right.
it's like, so not only is it like people like Kyle Kalinske and these other news channels are basically being totally artificially suppressed.
Right.
Any independent sources are being artificially suppressed by YouTube
In favor of this.
In favor of this stuff. It's
Right.
crazy. So, like, even the counter narratives where the average person is trying to speak out, they can't get trending. It's almost impossible. In the U.S., in
Right.
other countries, it's possible. In our country, it's like, nope, it's all controlled.
Well, that's what I was. I got shit from Thunderfoot when I said that like Infowars was getting more views on YouTube than CNN was,
They were.
and but the reason I said that was because they used to.
Yeah.
It used to not even be close. But then after the adpocalypse happened and Google tweaked their algorithms, all of a sudden no one's watching Infowars and everyone's tuning in to see what CNN has to say on
Because they would
YouTube.
easily be, because they would get on the trending list way
Yeah,
quicker.
because CNN is just pushed. Now all these mainstream media sources are just pushed on you. Like, oh, yeah, check out what CNN's talking about. Check out what MSNBC's talking about. Check out what, whatever other approved media outlets are saying.
I have to find you guys the video, but the guy broke it down and basically just showed that the bias towards these corporate companies and the mainstream media is just, it's so heavily there, it's just unbelievable. Like, I think the only person that was a YouTuber, an actual person, that trended on news was like Philip DeFranco.
Right.
Right.
And he's like the biggest name for the news kind of shit, and he's been doing it for like 10+ years.
Right.
Well, he's their golden boy. He's,
Yeah, plus he sucks the YouTube cock.
Right. He's been their little fucking butt washer.
I mean, I guess he has actually stood up to them on a few
He
things.
has,
I
but
I
like,
can't really say he's a total
in a vague and non-offensive way.
But even him, it's like
But like
it's
when
rare.
Susan Wojcicki whips her dick out,
he
Philip
sucks it.
DeFranco is there.
Joe
to
Rogan's
drink
another
piss
example.
right
Joe-
from the fucking nozzle.
And the video uses another example
Pizzle.
of Joe Rogan. He's one of the biggest podcasts in the world, if not the biggest. And like he wasn't barely trending in the U.S. Like I think it's even trended one time in the U.S.
Right.
Even though he had that Elon Musk episode where he got like 20 million fucking views. He
Hey,
had
you're
the-
not allowed to trend
He
here.
had the Alex Jones when he got 20 million views. He wasn't trending.
Yeah, it didn't trend.
Like, are you fucking kidding me? Some CNN thing that gets 200,000 views. That's trending, but Joe Rogan's 10 million fucking view video is not trending.
John Lemon strongly condemns.
It's
President.
bullshit. It's
50,000 views, #1 in trending.
So the real trending videos actually are pushed down in favor of these other fucking news
I,
sources.
for one, am shocked, sir. Shocked. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to the pre-post show. We'll see you again on Monday. Have a good one.